we are knowing that there are basically 4 parts, and we have seen that 4 parts or functioning of that 4 parts also. After that, so if I want to represent that vapor compression refrigeration system for analysis purpose, then I have to represent that vapor compression refrigeration system on the pH and TS chart. Why on pH and TS chart? Because in case of vapor compression refrigeration system, whatever refrigerant is there, that refrigerant is having 2 phases, liquid phase as well as vapor phase. That's why to analyze that vapor compression refrigeration system, we have to represent that system on a pH and TS diagram. So in the last lecture, we have also seen the nature of pH and TS diagram. So here, out of that, before studying the nature of pH and TS diagram, we have seen there are 3 phases. First one is called as a subcooled liquid, second one is called as a wet liquid, and third one is called as a superheated vapor. So whenever subcooled liquid will be heated, that will get converted into saturated liquid. When we are going to heat that saturated liquid will get converted into wet vapor, that is also called as a liquid vapor mixture. Whenever we are heating the liquid vapor mixture, it will get converted into saturated vapor, and when we are going to further heat that saturated vapor, that vapor will become as a superheated vapor. So in the pH and TS diagram, we have seen the nature of pH and TS diagram. So here, this is the pH diagram. I will explain that pH diagram once again within 2 minutes. So as we have mentioned that here, this x-axis is indicating the pressure curve or pressure, y-axis is indicating the enthalpy. So here there will be 2 lines. First one will be called as a saturated liquid line, and second one will be called as a saturated vapor line. Out of that, this line is called as a saturated liquid line. Out of this, whatever this line is there, this is called as a saturated liquid line. So up to this point, there will be the saturated liquid line. So there will be another one line that will be called as a saturated vapor line. So here, whatever another line you are observing, this will be called as a saturated vapor line, and the point at which saturated liquid line is intersecting with the saturated vapor line, that point will be called as a critical point. That point will be called as a critical point, and depending upon this saturated vapor line, there will be 3 regions. Out of that, first region will be called as a subcooled region. So that subcooled region is before saturated liquid line. So this is the saturated liquid line. So before saturated liquid line, whatever region will be there, that will be called as the subcooled region. So when you are going to hit that subcooled liquid, that subcooled liquid will get converted into saturated liquid. Further hitting that saturated liquid, you will get the wet vapor region. So this will be called as that inside the dome shape. Whatever region will be there, that will be called as a wet vapor region. That is also called as a liquid vapor mixture. Then when you are going to further hit that wet vapor region, that will get converted into saturated vapor line. So this is the saturated vapor line. Whatever this line you are observing, that is called as a saturated vapor line. And after saturated vapor line, if you are going to heat that vapor once again, that will become as a superheated vapor. So here basically 3 regions. First one is called as a subcooled region, that will be before saturated liquid line. In between saturated liquid line and saturated vapor line, whatever region will be there, that will be called as a wet vapor region, that is also called as a liquid vapor mixture. And after saturated vapor line, whatever region will be there, that will be called as a superheated region. And the point at which saturated liquid line and saturated vapor line are intersecting with each other, that point will be called as a critical point. इथपर्यंत समजलं सगळ्यांना? काल झालेला आहे, तरी पण रिपीट केलेला आहे, कारण की जे स्टुडंट काल नव्हते त्यांच्यासाठी. तर मी तुम्ही रिपीट करणार नाही, कारण की ह्यावरती आपल्याला अजून 4 ते 5 डायग्राम ड्रॉ करायचे आहेत ह्याच बेसिक कन्सेप्ट वरती. हॅव अंडरस्टूड अप टू हियर? येस और नो? Okay. Now on this pH chart, we have to draw the various lines. So here, if I want to draw constant pressure line, if I want to draw constant pressure line, then how that constant pressure line will be drawn? So any horizontal line on this chart will indicate the constant pressure line. Then if I want to draw constant enthalpy line, then how should I draw that constant enthalpy line? So any vertical line on this chart will indicate the constant enthalpy line. So that is we are knowing related to the pressure and enthalpy. But what about remaining line? So remaining, which are the lines? Out of that, first line or first important line is nothing but the constant temperature line. So how to draw that constant temperature line? So here we are knowing the nature of constant temperature line. So whatever these lines you are observing, so you can see here, whatever these lines are there, those are called as the constant temperature line. So this is the another constant temperature line. So the value of temperature will goes on increasing towards this direction. That means here, if this is the line of 10 degree centigrade temperature, if this is the line of 10 degree centigrade temperature, then on this line, anywhere, you will observe the temperature as a 10 degree centigrade. That means if this is the 10 degree centigrade, at any location or at any point, you will have the temperature as a 10 degree centigrade. So here, next one will be the, suppose this has a 20 degree centigrade. So any point on this line, will indicate the temperature as a 20 degree centigrade, and the value of temperature will goes on increasing towards this direction. So this is called as a constant temperature line. So here you are observing constant temperature line. Here you can see the constant temperature line. So this is called as a constant temperature line. Then another line is called as a constant enthalpy line. Sorry, not enthalpy. We have seen the constant enthalpy, that is nothing but vertical line. Another line is called as a constant entropy line. So now, what is the nature of constant entropy line? So you are observing here these lines. That means whatever these dotted lines are there, those are indicating the nature of constant entropy lines. Nature of constant entropy lines. That means here you will observe here. Let me change the color. So whatever such types of lines are there, these lines. So this is the nature of constant entropy. This is the nature of constant entropy on the pH diagram. Are you getting? So those are called as the constant entropy lines. So this is related to the various lines. This is related to the various lines in the pH diagram. Various lines in the pH diagram. Now, so related to the TS diagram. Related to the TS diagram. Shall I change the slide? Have you understood the pH diagram? Nature of pH diagram, have you understood? Everyone, please tell me, have you understood the nature of pH diagram? Okay. Now we'll see the nature of TS diagram. So yesterday also we have seen the nature of TS diagram. Here also in the TS diagram, there will be basically two lines. First line will be called as a saturated liquid line. Second line will be called as a saturated vapor line. So out of that, this is the line which will be called as a saturated liquid line. And that line will be up to here. This line will be called as a saturated liquid line. And there will be another line that will be called as a saturated vapor line. So here you are observing that this is the line. This is the line which is called as a saturated vapor line. And the point at which saturated liquid line is intersecting with the saturated vapor line, that point will be called as a which point? That will be called as a critical point. And depending upon the saturated liquid line and saturated vapor line, there will be three regions. Out of that, first region will be called as a subcooled region. So here you are observing that before saturated liquid line, before saturated liquid line, whatever region is there, that is called as the subcooled region. So this is the subcooled region that will be before saturated line. So whenever you are going to heat that subcooled liquid, that subcooled liquid will get converted into saturated liquid. That will get converted into saturated liquid. So this is the subcooled region. So here you are observing that this is the subcooled region. So subcooled region will get converted into saturated liquid, then saturated liquid and saturated vapor. This is the saturated vapor, this is the saturated liquid. So the region which is in between saturated liquid line and saturated vapor line, that will be called as a wet vapor region. That will be called as a wet vapor region. That wet vapor region is also called as a liquid vapor mixture. That wet vapor region is also called as a liquid vapor mixture. So when you are going to heat that liquid vapor mixture, that will get converted into saturated vapor. That will get converted into saturated vapor. So this is the saturated vapor, and when you are going to heat further that saturated vapor, you will get the superheated vapor. That region will be called as the superheated region. So this is the TS diagram or nature of TS diagram. Now on this TS diagram, we have to indicate the various line. Out of that, first line is called as the constant temperature line. So any horizontal line, I am telling you. So assume that this is the horizontal line. So any horizontal line on this diagram will indicate the nature of constant temperature line. Then what about entropy? We'll tell what about entropy. What will be the nature of constant entropy line? कोण सांगेल? Nature of constant entropy line. Any vertical line.
Yes.
Any vertical line on this chart will indicate the nature of constant entropy. Now, what about constant pressure line? So here you will observe that this is the nature of constant pressure line. Also, which color should I take? Oh, red one. So here you will observe that this is the nature of constant pressure line. So horizontally, and here afterwards, actually these lines are likewise, not straight line. This should not be straight line. So here another line of constant temperature will be like, sorry, constant pressure will be likewise. Third line, if you want to draw, so that line will be likewise. So this will be called as a constant pressure line. This will be called as a constant pressure line. Then what about constant enthalpy line? Can anyone tell me? Yesterday I have told you. What is the nature of constant enthalpy line? Enthalpy line कोण सांगेल कशी असते? Will tell. कोण सांगेल? So nature of constant enthalpy line will be likewise. So here there will be so many lines which will be having the arrow or which will be having the curve likewise. So those will be called as a constant enthalpy line. Are you getting? So this is the nature of TS diagram. This is the nature of TS diagram. So now before drawing, now we have to draw the pH and TS diagram for the simple vapor compression refrigeration system. But before drawing that pH and TS diagram, first of all you have to note down the nature of pH and TS diagram. So write down next line. So last time you have drawn the simple VCRS system. Have you drawn the diagram? डायग्राम ड्रॉ केले का? लास्ट टाइम नोटबुक मध्ये काय लिहिलेलं आहे सांगा कोणतरी. हॅलो,
Process.
डायग्राम ड्रॉ केलेली आहे का लास्ट टाइम VCRS सिस्टमची? ही डायग्राम ड्रॉ केलेली आहे तुम्ही?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now after drawing this diagram, write down heading pressure enthalpy in bracket pH किंवा प्रेशर एन्थाल्पी लिहायच्या अगोदर नेचर ऑफ राईट डाऊन नेचर ऑफ pressure enthalpy in bracket pH bracket complete and temperature entropy in bracket TS diagram. Nature of pH and TS diagram. Nature of pH and TS diagram. Little heading. Now draw this diagram. To draw this nature of pH diagram. After that, you have to draw the nature of TS diagram. All of you, please draw this. This is very much important because based on this only we have to see the various types of PCRS system, and we have to draw the pH and TS diagram for various types of PCRS system. So until and unless you are not going to understood this nature of pH and TS diagram, you will not be able to draw the pH and TS diagram for various types of PCRS system. So all of you, please note down this layout of pH and TS diagram. Have you started? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yesterday, I have asked Pawan Farkam, Deepak Wagmare, Akash Bolsange, Rajkumar Shinde, then Aniket Pawar, Charandas Kohli, then Siddeshwar Khapale, Vaibhav Kale, Swapnil Gaikwad, Suraj Gaikwad, Sachin Devkate to contact me. Only few of them have contacted me, but the remaining students haven't contacted me. So anyhow, today they have to contact me. If they are not present for this lecture, if their friends are there, they have to pass the message to their friends that they have to contact to me. This is called as a subcooled region. Mention this. This is the wet paper region. This is superheated region. These are the three regions. This is called as a saturated liquid line. This is the saturated vapor line. And one more point will be there called as a critical point. Have you completed this diagram? Yes or no? Have you completed? Remaining student? Here one more point is there, that is called as a constant pressure line. Sorry, critical pressure. So whatever this critical point is there, so pressure corresponding to this critical point, pressure corresponding to this critical point is called as a critical pressure. That is called as a critical pressure. And in TS diagram मध्ये temperature corresponding to this critical point is called as a critical temperature. pH diagram मध्ये pressure corresponding to this critical point is called as a critical pressure. In TS diagram, temperature corresponding to this critical point is called as a critical temperature. नंतर ही लाईन इंडिकेट केली का कॉन्स्टंट एंट्रोपी लाईन दाखवली सगळ्यांनी, आणि ह्या ज्या आहेत त्याला कॉन्स्टंट टेम्परेचर लाईन म्हणतो. इथपर्यंत झाले का सगळ्यांचं? येस और नो? हॅलो, shall I change the slide? Okay, I will change. Now, nature of TS diagram. So, draw the nature of TS diagram. All of you, please draw the nature of TS diagram, and once you have completed, let me know. A constant enthalpy line is missing. I will show. First of all, complete this much. After that, I will tell you what extra point you have to write. And here, what correction you have to do? Whatever constant pressure lines are there, small correction is there. Whatever constant pressure lines are there, so here in the subcode region, those constant pressure line will be inclined one, not straight line. त्या ठिकाणी ह्या स्ट्रेट लाईन ड्रॉ करू नका. इथपर्यंत ते कसं असणार आहे? इन्क्लाइन असणार आहे कुठपर्यंत? सॅच्युरेटेड लिक्विड लाईन पर्यंत. त्यानंतर सॅच्युरेटेड लिक्विड टू सॅच्युरेटेड व्हेपर स्ट्रेट लाईन असणार आहे, आणि तिथून पुढे सॅच्युरेटेड व्हेपर पासून पुढे कसे असणार आहे? इन्क्लाइन असणार आहे. जर स्ट्रेट लाईन काढली असेल तर करेक्शन करा. So such type of line will be there. Those will be called as a constant enthalpy line. H is equal to constant. So a constant enthalpy line mana. Those lines will be called as a constant enthalpy line. And here critical point is missing also. This point will be called as a critical point. point is called as a critical point, and the temperature corresponding to critical point, temperature corresponding to critical point is called as a critical temperature. So here you have to show that straight line you have to draw. Actually I am unable to draw the straight line, so this will be called as a critical temperature. Draw this as a straight line. So today on our group you will get your percentage attendance till date for each and every subject. So maximum students are having the attendance less than 50%. That means they are in defaulted list. Soon they will get the letter from college side related to your defaulter. And there are few students, those who have not attended a single lecture till date. So once your name will be appeared in the defaulted list, because you are knowing the rule of university. So if you are not going to fulfill the minimum lecture attendance criteria, that is minimum attendance criteria, then you will be in defaulted list. So don't miss any of the lecture. If you are having any genuine reason or genuine problem, you can contact me. You can tell me your genuine case or genuine problem. So until and unless you are not going to inform me, you should not remain absent. Have you completed up to here? Yes or no? You completed up to here. The remaining student, please give the reply. We'll wait for another 1 minute because few students have given the reply as a yes sir. The remaining students haven't given reply. I will read the name of student once again. So they have to contact me. First one is the Suraj Gaikwad, Swapnil Gaikwad, Sachin Devkate, Vaibhav Kale, Siddeshwar Kapale. Varadkar has contacted me. Charandas Kohli, Aniket Pawar. Then Rajkumar Shinde, Akash Walsange has also contacted me. Okay, no problem. Deepak Wagmare, Rohan Parkam. The students have to contact me after completion of lecture. Have you completed now? Okay. Now we have to draw the pH and tear diagram for the simple VCRS system. So we have to draw the pH and tear diagram for the simple VCRS system. So we are knowing that this is a VCRS system, and VCRS system is consisting of mainly 4 parts or 4 thermodynamic processes. So this is the first part. This is the first part. Here this will be considered as a point number 1. This will be considered as a point number 2. And process 1 to 2 is called as a, it is the name of process. Process 1 to 2 is called as a isentropic compression process. Isentropic compression process. You have written this. This is called as a isentropic compression process. Then second device is called as a condenser. Second device is called as a condenser. So whatever 2 to 3 processes occurring, that 2 to 3 processes occurring inside the condenser, and this is called as a constant pressure heat rejection process. This is called as a constant pressure heat rejection process. Then 3 to 4. 3 to 4 process is occurring inside the expansion wall. 3 to 4 process is occurring inside the expansion wall. So 2 to 3 constant pressure heat rejection. 2 to 3 is nothing but constant pressure heat rejection. I am unable to write this constant pressure heat rejection because this is one of the tool, and I have to write this by using the keypad. So it is not properly coming. So 3 to 4 process, for your understanding purpose only I am writing this. 3 to 4 process is occurring inside the expansion wall, and that is nothing but the isenthalpic expansion process. That is nothing but the isenthalpic expansion process. And 4 to 1 process, 4 to 1 process is occurring inside the evaporator. 4 to 1 process is occurring inside the evaporator. And which is this process? 4 to 1 process is called as a, what is the name of this process? What is the name of this process?
Constant pressure heat absorption.
Constant pressure heat absorption process. So name of this process is nothing but constant pressure heat absorption process. So now you are knowing 4 processes which are occurring in the VCRS system. You are knowing 4 processes which are occurring inside the heat inside the VCRS system. You are knowing the nature of pH and tear diagram also. You are knowing the nature of pH and tear diagram. That means how to draw that constant entropy line on the pH diagram, how to draw the constant entropy line on the tear diagram, how to draw the constant pressure line on the pH and tear diagram, how to draw the constant enthalpy line on the pH and tear diagram, how to draw the constant pressure line on the pH and tear diagram. So now you have to draw pH and tear diagram for the simple VCRS system. Will it be possible for you? Because all the basics related to drawing of pH and tear diagram I have explained you. So you have to draw the pH and tear diagram. So take 3 to 4 minutes, draw on your notebook and take the photograph and send on the WhatsApp group itself. That means our official WhatsApp group itself. We will check how many students are able to draw the correct pH and tear diagram. I am not expecting, once again let me clear, I am not expecting 100% clear pH and tear diagram from your side, but I am expecting that you should try to draw the diagram. At least try to draw the diagram. Let it be wrong or let it be correct. No issue related to that. But at least you should try. All of you please try to draw the pH and tear diagram. After completion of pH and tear diagram, you can take the photograph and share that photograph on the WhatsApp group, official WhatsApp group. No issue. काय करायचं ते समजलंय ना? पीएच आणि टीएच डायग्राम ड्रॉ करायचे VCRS सिस्टम साठी. Have you completed? Or still going on? ह्या स्टेजला जर तुम्ही करेक्ट पीएच आणि टीएच डायग्राम जर ड्रॉ करायला आले तर आपला हा चॅप्टर संपल्या जमाय. कारण की इथून पुढचं फक्त काय टाईप ऑफ सीआरएस आहे आणि एअर रेफ्रिजरेशन सिस्टीम फॉर आपलं एअरक्राफ्ट रेफ्रिजरेशन आहे. Remember that 1 to 2 process is occurring inside the compressor. 1 point is the inlet of compressor, 2 point is the outlet of compressor. 2 to 3 process is occurring inside the condenser. 2 point is the inlet to condenser, 3 point is outlet to condenser. 3 to 4 process is occurring inside the expansion device. 3 point is the inlet to expansion device, 4 point is the outlet to the expansion device. And 4 to 1, that process is again occurring inside the evaporator. 4 point is the inlet to evaporator, 1 point is outlet to evaporator, that is nothing but inlet to compressor. And process 1 to 2 is nothing but isentropic compression process inside the compressor. 2 to 3 is nothing but constant pressure heat rejection inside the condenser. 3 to 4 is nothing but isenthalpic expansion inside the evaporator, sorry, not evaporator, inside the expansion wall. And 4 to 1 is nothing but constant pressure heat addition inside the evaporator. So I ask you to draw the pH and TH diagram for this simple VCRS system. I am not expecting 100% correct answer from your side. At least my intention to ask you to draw this diagram is to at least understand what are the problems while drawing the pH and TH diagram of VCRS system. So once you will understand where you are stacking up while drawing the pH and TH diagram, so whenever I will explain, you will get the clear-cut idea related to that concept. That is my main intention. Okay, Akash Vasangi has tried to draw the pH diagram. Very good try. Remaining student. Omkar Gore. Omkar Gore. Unmute yourself. Omkar Gore. Post that on official WhatsApp group, not on my personal mail, my personal WhatsApp. Let it be correct or wrong. Don't hesitate. At least you are one step ahead than other students. Still you are having 2 minutes. Is Omkar Gore is there? Omkar Gore, unmute yourself. Okay, remaining student. Last 1 minute is remaining. There are few students, those who are coming only for the attendance purpose, and they are coming at the end of lecture. But don't forget that we are recording all the lectures. So while doing the recording, the students, those who are joining the late, we are coming. We came to know that the students, those who are regularly joining the late lectures. So here afterwards, don't join the lecture in the last 5 to 10 minutes. We are not going to put your present it, and don't come for only attendance purpose. Okay, most of few of the students have tried well, but few of the students, those they have seen the photographs, they are completely wrong. Now let it be, no problem. Now who will tell which are the difficulties you face while drawing the pH and TS diagram? काय अडचणी आल्या पीएच आणि टीएस डायग्राम ड्रॉ करताना? कोण सांगेल? अडचणी सांगा म्हणजे मार्ग निघेल. काय अडचणी झाली नाहीत कोणाला? विल टेल. अरे कोणतरी सांगा. विल टेल प्लीज. काय अडचणी आले की नाही कुणाला? सगळ्यांना सांगा. बोला कोण?
पीएच डायग्राम मध्ये आयसेंट्रोपिक
पीएच डायग्राम मध्ये
आयसेंट्रोपिक कॉम्प्रेशन.
पीएच डायग्राम मध्ये आयसेंट्रॉपिक कॉम्प्रेशन ड्रॉ करताना अडचण आली. ओके, अजून कोणाला काय अडचण आले?
सर 1 पॉइंट सर.
काय झालं?
1.1 कुठे घ्यायचं सर पीएच डायग्राम मध्ये?
0.1 कुठे घ्यायचा पीएच डायग्राम मध्ये आणि टीएस डायग्राम मध्ये पण, ही पण अडचण आली. ओके, चांगली अडचण आली. दुसरी अजून बाकीच्यांना काय अडचणी आल्यात की नाहीत? अडचणी जर आल्या नसत्या तर मला ग्रुपवरती 43 स्टुडंट आहेत, म्हणजे 44 स्टुडंट आहेत. 44 मला फोटोग्राफ आले असते, पण हार्डली 5 ते 6 फोटोग्राफ आले. बाकीच्यांचं काय? बाकीच्यांना अडचणी झाल्या नाहीत का अजून काय? पीएच डायग्राम आयसेंट्रॉपिक कॉम्प्रेशन. ओके, अजून कोणाला काय अडचण आल्या? आणि सांगणार आहेत की नाही? सांगा लवकर. सांगितल्याशिवाय कसं पुढे जायचं आपण? अडचणी आल्या नाहीत असं होणार नाही, अडचणी आलेल्या असणार आहेत. फक्त काय आलं ते सांगा. Will tell. Please do it fast. सांगा लवकर. आयसेंट्रॉपिक एक्सपान्शन कसं ड्रॉ करायचं ते अडचण आली. ओके, अजून बाकीच्या अजून काय अडचणी आल्या? निदान 46 फोटोग्राफ जरी ग्रुपवर आले नसतील तर त्या ठिकाणी 46 अडचणी आल्या पाहिजे. प्रत्येकाची अडचण वेगळी असणार आहे. सांगा अडचणीचं निदान. Okay, let it. Now, so here I have shown the pH diagram. This is the nature of pH diagram, and this is the nature of TS diagram. Now, on this pH and TS diagram, suppose I want to draw the pH and TS diagram for the simple vapor compression refrigeration system. So here I am knowing that always I am considering point number 1. Always I am considering point number 1 as a inlet of compressor and point number 2 as a outlet of compressor. Now, as per the difficulty faced by Dandwarte, so if I want to represent point number 1, जोपर्यंत मी point number 1 represent करत नाही pH आणि TS diagram वरती, तोपर्यंत मला प्रोसेस ड्रॉ करता येणार आहे का? येणार आहे का प्रोसेस ड्रॉ करता? होय की नाही? No. So first of all, I should able to indicate point number 1 on the pH diagram and on the TS diagram. Now, how to indicate the point number 1? कोण सांगेल? पॉइंट नंबर 1 ची कंडिशन काय आहे? रेफ्रिजरंटची पॉइंट नंबर 1 ची रेफ्रिजरंटची कंडिशन काय आहे? कोण सांगेल? सांगा काहीतरी.
लो प्रेशर लो टेम्परेचर.
त्या ठिकाणी प्रेशर कसं आहे? लो प्रेशर आहे. टेम्परेचर कसं आहे? लो टेम्परेचर आहे. आणि काय आहे ते? पेपर आहे की लिक्विड आहे की काय आहे?
वेपर आहे, वेपर.
आता ते पेपर आहे माहित आहे, पण त्या पेपर मध्ये पण 3 टाइप आहेत. पेपर मध्ये पण 3 टाइप आहेत. कोणते 3 टाइप आहेत? कोण सांगेल?
वेट वेपर, सॅच्युरेटेड वेपर आणि सुपरहिटेड वेपर.
करेक्ट. त्या ठिकाणी काय पेपर आहे हे बरोबर आहे, पण पेपरचे पण 3 टाइप आहेत. वेट पेपर, सॅच्युरेटेड वेपर आणि सुपरहिटेड वेपर. त्यापैकी वेट पेपर कशाला म्हणतो आपण?
मॉइश्चर कंटेंट.
त्या पेपर मध्ये जर मॉइश्चर पार्टिकल असतील तर त्याला मी काय म्हणणार आहे? वेट पेपर. म्हणजे समजा 95% पेपर आणि 5% लिक्विड, किंवा 99% पेपर आणि 1% लिक्विड ड्रॉपलेट, त्याला काय म्हणणार आहे मी? वेट पेपर म्हणणार. दुसरा टाइप कोणता आहे? सॅच्युरेटेड पेपर. दुसरा टाइप कोणता आहे? सॅच्युरेटेड पेपर. आणि तिसरा टाइप कोणता आहे? ती पेपर कशी असू शकते? सॅच्युरेटेड पेपर म्हणजे 100% पेपर. आणि तिसरा टाइप कोणता असू शकतो? ती पेपर कशी असू शकते? सुपर हिटेड पण पेपर असू शकते. बरोबर आहे? म्हणजे मला जर पॉईंट नंबर 1 जर रिप्रेझेंट करायचा असेल, तर मला काय केलं पाहिजे? तो पॉईंट नंबर 1 कशावरती रिप्रेझेंट केला पाहिजे? लो प्रेशर लाईन वरती रिप्रेझेंट केला पाहिजे. कारण की आपल्याला काय माहित आहे? सिंपल व्हीसीआरएस सिस्टीम, त्याला आपण काय म्हणतोय? सिंपल व्हीसीआरएस सिस्टीमला काय म्हणतो आपण? काय म्हणतो? टू प्रेशर सिस्टीम म्हणतोय का? सिंपल व्हीसीआरएस सिस्टीमला टू प्रेशर सिस्टीम म्हणतोय का आपण?
हो सर.
येस.
टू प्रेशर कशासाठी म्हणतो? त्यासाठी टू प्रेशर सिस्टीम म्हणतोय. कारण की ह्या ठिकाणी 2 प्रेशर आहेत, एक म्हणजे लो प्रेशर आणि दुसरं म्हणजे हाय प्रेशर. त्यासाठी आपण काय म्हणतोय? टू प्रेशर सिस्टीम म्हणतोय. त्यामुळे ही प्रोसेस पीएच आणि टीएस डायग्राम जर ड्रॉ करायची असेल तर सगळ्यात अगोदर मला काय केलं पाहिजे, प्रेशर लाईन ड्रॉ केले पाहिजे, पीएच चार्ट वरती पण आणि टीएस चार्ट वरती पण. समजते? तर सगळ्यात पहिली स्टेप कोणतीही पीएच आणि टीएस डायग्राम ड्रॉ करायची असेल तर सगळ्यात पहिली स्टेप कोणते, सुरुवातीला प्रेशर लाईन ड्रॉ करायच्या. आता प्रेशर किती आहेत सिस्टीम मध्ये, 2 प्रेशर आहेत. तर त्यापैकी पहिल्या प्रेशरला मी काय म्हणणार आहे, लो प्रेशर, आणि दुसऱ्या प्रेशरला काय म्हणणार आहे, हाय प्रेशर. जर प्रेशर जर लो असेल तर ऑब्विसली ती लाईन कशी असणार आहे, अशा टाइप मध्ये असणार. समजा ही कोणती लाईन आहे, तुमची लो प्रेशर लाईन आहे. कोणते, लो प्रेशर लाईन. समजा दुसरी जी आहे ती हाय प्रेशर. सॉरी, don't exit from the meeting, still I haven't taken the attendance. दुसरी जी असणार आहे ती काय असणार आहे, हाय प्रेशर लाईन असणार. ही कसे हॉरिझॉन्टल आहे असं अज्युम करा. दिस इज कॉल्ड एज अ हाय प्रेशर लाईन. Similarly, on the TL diagram also, I have to represent the low pressure and high pressure line. आता TL diagram वरती प्रेशर लाईन कशी असते, इथून हॉरिझॉन्टल लाईन, तिथून परत वर्टिकल इन्क्लाइन, ही हॉरिझॉन्टल परत ही इन्क्लाइन. हे काय झालं, हाय प्रेशर झालं, आणि ही कोणती झाली, लो प्रेशर झाली. हे प्रेशर लाईन ड्रॉ केले आपण. जुंधळे, I haven't asked you to put the roll numbers. Please don't put the roll numbers. What is time? 12. Okay. Shall we stop here? Shall we stop here or shall I continue? Okay, we'll stop here. So whatever remaining part will be there, we'll see afterwards. Don't exit the meeting. Let me take the attendance. I haven't taken the attendance. Please don't exit the meeting. Okay, now you can exit the meeting. So I have recorded the attendance of 40 students. So whatever remaining four students were there, those will be marked as the absent student. No issue. Now you can exit the meeting. Thank you.